Hi folks, welcome back to the Guitar Farm, and today we're checking out this super charming Fender American Performer Mustang in Penny. This is definitely the coolest colour that they made these in, which is sad that you can no longer get it. So this guitar is from 2018, which is around about 6 months to a year after Fender actually introduced the Performer series. On the Strats and Tellys, they were largely the same as the American Special predecessors, other than some revoiced Yosemite pickups. However, on the Mustang we got a brand new revamped vibrato unit. Now the American Special Mustangs that preceded this, which was effectively the same series, had a Les Paul style bridge, tunematic bridge and stop bar tailpiece, so they were anything but a Mustang at all. This one definitely is a Mustang. It has the sort of authentic Mustang style tremolo system, with some improvements to make it a bit smoother to use and a bit more stable on the tuning front. And this really is a lovely tremolo to use. It's definitely up there with the smoothest trem systems that I've ever used on a bolt-on neck guitar, alongside my American Vintage 65 Jazzmaster. So I cannot fault this tremolo in any way. It's fantastic. Obviously it's not for dive bombing or anything like that, but for the music this is intended for, it is absolutely stellar. You have your master tone, master volume configuration, and the two newly developed for this series Yosemite Mustang single coil pickups, which sound very authentic and great for all that surfy stuff. A three-way selector switch, which functions exactly like a Les Paul three-way would do, or an SG, other than the fact they're using single coils, not humbuckers. Now this penny finish is slightly metallic, and it looks fantastic. It can give you different hues, almost like into a light brown, into a rose gold, into a deep, nearly maroony colour. It's absolutely glorious, and it works really, really well with this aged Moto pick guard. Just set it off a tree, works super well, and I like the black accents on the plastics too. On this example we've got a lovely dark rosewood board with 22 jumbo frets, which have had a recent machine polish, so it's lovely to play. We've got your standard Fender 9.5 inch radius board, which is still the tried and tested middle ground. We have the stock Fender synthetic bone nut, and our large post CBS headstock style, which is nice considering your Mustang reissues are all post CBS, your 65, your 69, etc. And it's obviously got the double roller style string tree. Have 6 classic gear machine heads, and we'll take a little bit of a deeper dive into those in a second when we flip it over. But before we do that, I just wanted to touch on a detail. The eagle-eyed amongst you may notice that this is not the tremolo arm that comes as standard with them. This is actually a 65 spec tremolo arm, hence the more exaggerated bend here. The stock tremolo arm is a straighter piece with less of a bend, so to get the requisite angle for you to comfortably get your fingers around it, like here, you've got to have the bar all the way up here. With a 65 shaped trem arm, you can have it back here, and when you're reaching over you can still, you've not got the bar right the way up here, so your strumming hand's not hitting against it constantly. So a much better, more ergonomic style of arm, hence why I've installed this one. The original one's not included, but I don't know why I'd ever want to go back to it, to be honest with you. We've also got our bridge unit here with our 6 individual barrel style saddles. Fender actually did ship a couple of batches of these with like individual mini bent steel style saddles, which led to all sorts of problems, but not on these ones, not on this one. If you do have one in your bridge doesn't look like this, that's why, because Fender dropped the ball. Now on the back here you can see our US 18 serial number indicating a 2018 manufacturer, and our 6 classic gear tuners. Now these look like vintage tuners, but you'll notice there's no screws holding them in at either end for each individual one. So the classic gear are actually a pin mount system, so they mount in exactly the same way as your die-cast seal tuners that you find on modern standards, professionals, etc. But they have the vintage look. So it's an ideal hybrid. You have your satin finished maple neck, which is your typical Fender C-shape. Been around on the American specials for years now, very consistent, lovely comfy neck to play. The Fender neck plate even has the stickers left on. And speaking of having the stickers left on, I don't know whether you can see, but there is a small rectangular clear plastic sticker which is supplied as new, and it's still on this one. And the reason they're put on is to stop your strings scratching your nickel finish when you string under the cigar bar and through and over the bridge when you're pulling the string through, or back out when you're undoing the strings and then taking them off. You don't want the strings being pulled through and scratching your nickel. So that's still on there as new, which is really good. So in terms of condition, I'm just going to go over the back. You'll see we have one tiny mark there, a little blemish slash nick in the finish. There's one tiny one there. There's one that's probably invisible to the camera eye, just above the strap pin. Moving round, very clean indeed. Lovely and clean other than that. And they're tiny marks. The neck is absolutely immaculate, barring one absolutely tiny linear indentation you can see in the middle of the screen. It's not deep, it's really shallow, but that's the only mark on the neck. And lastly, let's take a look at the front. So you can see we're super clean here, super clean. No marks to speak of. There's a tiny scratch, don't know if the camera will pick it up, from a string just in the middle of the screen there. Tiny linear hairline scratch. All super clean, no cracks in the pick guard. Tiny mark, which again I don't know if the camera will pick up. But other than that, super clean. No neck pocket, lack of cracks, etc. And the frets are in lovely condition, pretty much as new. So thanks guys for checking out this American Performer Mustang with me in Penny. This guitar is for sale on eBay and Reverb, so if you are interested, please do get in touch. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thanks guys, cheers, bye bye.